As we roll out the last couple of days of January, this is where we begin to get into the interesting season, where it's almost Nintendo Direct time, and also the Switch 2 is getting ready to be revealed very soon. In fact, we are getting even more reports every single day of the likelihood of this happening, and I'm here to tell you that, yeah, the evidence is overwhelming. If you're one of those Nintendo Switch 2 naysayers and think it's just not gonna happen, you might actually change your mind by the end of this video, because there's just so much evidence and brand new evidence from actual inside reports that pretty much all but confirms this console. And I'm about to tell you the brand new news and just everything that adds up to why this is happening and why it's about to happen very soon. But before we get started, see how many people we can get to like and subscribe this one video. If you enjoy the video, make sure you stop what you're doing and just subscribe so you can stay up to date on all things Nintendo. Real quick, first I want to thank today's sponsor, Red Deer Games. They must know that I love golf because they sent over a free review copy to play in golf, which is a fun little experience where you get 8 different courses with over 60 different holes to play mini golf on. There's little obstacles like sand, poison, and even spikes to get in your way, which makes you have to reset your ball and try again, and there's even like a little completion point to it where you have to collect all the stars in each of the holes, which is really fun. My wife and I have been having a blast to see who could collect the most stars, or who could finish with the better score, or who could finish with the most amount of lives. You can get this game right now on the Nintendo Switch eShop, and it has a massive sale right now, so you can get it for super cheap. Whether you're someone who loves mini golf or someone just looking for a quick little fun game to play with friends, in-golf is definitely the game for you. I want to give a big thanks to Red Deer Games for sponsoring today's video and sending over a review copy. So the first bit of information, the one that I want to talk about today that pretty much just solidifies everything that we've been talking about, comes from Takahashi Mochizuki on Twitter that states, exclusive, Nintendo will launch next-gen game console with 8-inch LCD, lifting up demand for display panels by 14.6 million units, Omdia says, and this comes from Bloomberg. There's really no denying the fact that currently right now they are producing 14.6 million screens for these units for some type of new console that's going to use an LCD screen that's releasing very soon. Come on. Like, what are we denying at this point? Clearly, they are in the actual manufacturing state, making the screens for this console. They're being produced. It's happening very soon. It's the only console that's coming soon that's going to utilize all those screens. We get some more information that says display shipment data suggests Nintendo would make over 10 million of next-gen console in initial first year. Unlike PS5 and Xbox Series X and S that face chip shortages at launch, Nintendo should be much easier to find at stores. And Omdia at Bloomberg, the initial one to post this article on their website, I'll link it in the description down below if you want to check it out, says that they're not for this year. So maybe we are going to get the OLED screens eventually. So it might be one of those like half a generation console things that come, like a console upgrade after like 3 or 4 years, and you're like, okay, now here's one with an OLED screen. You know, Nintendo likes to make their money. I would love just there to be an option out the gate, like if you want an OLED one, you can buy one for a little extra money, or if you want an LCD one, you can buy that one as well. Like kind of like they did with the Wii U and the different, you know, sizes of actual internal storage you could have with the black and the white Wii U. Either way, I'm fine with whatever. I'm just glad to be getting a new console. But apparently, if you don't know how big the screen is going to be compared to the original Switch, this is what we have. So the green square is the old Switch, and the outside line one is the new Nintendo Switch that apparently we're getting with a lot bigger of a screen. As you can see, yes, it is a lot bigger. You're not putting this thing in any pocket. So if the 14.6 million screens and units in production right now is not enough to convince you, maybe I can just kind of convince you with what's happening right now with Nintendo. It is no secret right now that the Nintendo Switch is at its last legs, at least with its lineup, and its games that are coming out seems to be full of remakes, remasters, and ports, and that's really about it, where Nintendo is just remaking and remastering every single game that they can think of, and it just feels like it is time for a new console. Yes, Nintendo releases remakes and remasters all the time, but not like 5 or 6 a year, and it's never just the only things that we know of in the entire year. If 2023 really was the last full year of Nintendo Switch, it actually ended in a great way. I mean, we got a brand new Zelda game, a brand new Pikmin game, and also a brand new 2D Mario game. I mean, seriously, they ended it with a pretty big bang, and you can't really complain with what we got. For Nintendo to be on their last legs with a console, normally they start to wind down. That's a pretty good end if you ask me. I know a lot of people still think that this Nintendo Direct coming up could showcase some huge games for the Switch still, but it just doesn't make sense because there's nothing left. There's literally nothing that Nintendo could drop that would be a huge AAA title and something to really get people interested in. I mean, the only IP that I could possibly think of right now that it would just kind of blow everybody's minds if one, somehow they could get Metroid Prime 4 out already, which let's just face it, it's coming to the next console, and then Donkey Kong, because Donkey Kong has been quiet for so long, it's like the last possible game that we could get. Now let's just say this, the one last thing of the Nintendo Direct does showcase a brand new 2D Donkey Kong, and it will be probably the only last big game for the Switch, as everything else revealed in the show will be probably remakes and remasters again. I would expect the game to come out around the summertime, still leaving the holiday season wide open. There's definitely games that we need. I mean, it's time for a new Mario Kart, it's time for the brand new 3D Mario game. It's been 7 years, so yeah, it's not like there's nothing for Nintendo to release, it's just these type of games, they need to just be on this new console. You know, as we're moving on to this new generation of games from Nintendo, as their IPs are coming back around again for their second turn, it's time to see the new gen, and I think it just makes sense, it lines up perfectly, even with all the rumors and leaks, for instance, saying that this big 3D Mario game is coming. It's coming at the holiday season, and it's going to launch with the brand new console. It just lines up and makes a lot of sense. I'm sorry, there's no way you can look at this lineup and suggest that there's no new console or any big announcements happening this year. Things are about to get real crazy. It's only a matter of time until we see the thing. Speaking of, when do we actually see this new console? Right now, the rumors are suggesting that we're going to get our February Direct. It's going to be a relatively small one, showcasing just some more remasters, remakes, and smaller scale games. There's really not going to be any heavy hitters here, and probably the heaviest hitter might just be a remaster of some sort. And then we're going to go by within the next couple months, either March or April, and get a Switch 2 presentation that is going to reveal the new game specific for this console. Now, there's always a chance Nintendo can make this Direct huge and actually talk about the console for half of the show. That would be pretty awesome, but I doubt that's going to happen. I feel like they want to make the whole world get their attention on this new console only, and when they talk about this new console, they want to focus only on the new games coming to that console. They're going to show off that Mario, maybe even Mario Kart, and some other future titles that's ready to go, including Metroid Prime 4. That is when we're finally going to see the game. I'm telling you, you're not going to see Metroid Prime 4 until this new console is dropped. So if I was a betting man as to when we would see this console, it's going to be between February and April. I'd say between March and April, but April is definitely going to be the latest. This is happening soon. Nintendo needs to reveal these games. They're going to need to show off this Mario game if it is indeed releasing this year, or even at the beginning of next year. I feel like they want to start getting the hype up for this thing, so within any day now, we could finally hear information about this console and about the games coming to it as well. Something else very interesting with Nintendo's strategy right now is that they're showing off trailers to like everything that we know about this year. Like, the only thing that they haven't talked about is like Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Everything else has been covered extensively through online trailers, like on Twitter and stuff that they just randomly dropped. They randomly dropped info on Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Princess Peach Showtime got tons of new trailers and gameplay clips released online. And they even put out a release date trailer for Splatoon 3's Side Order DLC. So something is up. Now, there's a very good chance, like people have mentioned, that Nintendo does this all the time before Direct just to get some stuff out the way. But I don't know, man. This feels a little weird. I mean, they're revealing everything. Normally it's just a couple of games that they put some trailers out for that's coming out relatively soon, but Princess Peach Showtime is in. And for Splatoon, couldn't they have just waited a couple of weeks if this Nintendo Direct is happening at the very beginning of February? Why did they have to give us a release date now? Why couldn't they just wait for the Direct where they could have even showed off some more gameplay? Yeah, it's very mysterious, and I'm not 100% sure what Nintendo's game plan is here. It's led a lot of people to believe that maybe this upcoming Nintendo Direct is not the one that they're expecting. It's going to be something a lot different, and maybe where they showcase this new console and they're just trying to get stuff out of the way to prepare for it. It's hard to say, but you know, one could wish. Now, also right now, I heard the rumors are that there could be a Nintendo Direct on February 7th with it announced on February 6th. And right now, Nintendo has announced 2 digital concerts, a Zelda Orchestra concert on February 9th and a Splatoon 3 concert on February 10th, which is pretty strange. These two dates are Friday and Saturday, and they seem to end the week, which does make me wonder if they're ending the week with these, orchestra events for some reason. Like, are they celebrating something? Is there going to be big reveals that week besides just a normal Nintendo Direct? Are they going to have a big Switch presentation with like Treehouse for like Wednesday, Thursday, and even parts of Friday, and then Friday and Saturday is like a concert to end the week? Just tons of Nintendo hype and goodness for that whole week. I don't know, but it sounds a little fishy. Like, the point is, I keep constantly seeing people talk about how there's no way that a Switch 2 is coming this year or being announced this year, when it just doesn't make sense. I mean, everything has been lining up for this console. It's not like we passed a certain threshold where it didn't happen and everybody's like, see, we've all been saying it's going to be happening within the next couple of months, within the February to May time slot, February to April. So just wait a little while longer. Nintendo is about to reveal this thing, and it's about to set everybody ablaze because, yes, I'm sorry. I'm still looking for this new 3D Mario game. It's going to be amazing. I'm sorry. It's been 7 years. Give a guy a break. Let me be excited for this until it comes out. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this. Are you excited for this new console? Do you think it's coming very soon? Has all this evidence kind of persuade you to believe that it's coming? Let me know down below. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe before you head out. And like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.